I've been chastised. I've been villainized. I've been any more of those knives I can come up with. They didn't give them to me. Scrutinized. They're talking about this and that. Drugs. I fought everybody. I think maybe 2 people with more than 30 days. There's no way I could be on drugs. Don't play with my name. I'm not that guy. If you think that I would play with my public, I've never lied to none of my public, ever. I don't tell lies. Only lies I tell is to the woman I lay with, because she can't deal with the truth. Besides her, I don't tell no lies. I don't tell no lies to my homies, and I definitely don't lie to my public. So, with that being said, because that's the number one question everybody keeps asking me is about some fucking drugs. I am not TJ. I am not that one. Don't play with me, okay? And so, I fucked up. I have to admit that. I don't pay attention to fucking drugs. I'm not watching on who's doing what and blah, blah, blah. I hear the stories like, yeah, so I know to stay away from GNC. Cool. Stay away from GNC. I'm going to stay away from that spot. But I had no idea that you could find something at Walmart that was not behind the counters, not anything that I had to ask a doctor or ask someone for. No, the same thing that a kid could go get right out or go steal. It's right there in the vitamin section. It's vitamin A, vitamin C, and this other thing right there says DHEA. I don't know what that was, but I was watching these videos with this guy named Dr. Eric Berg. Look him up on YouTube, and he's all about health, And so I'm getting old, guys. To be this consistent, to be this great, I got to start doing some things. And not no drugs, okay? I will never, ever play with you. I'm all about health, okay? If that means I can clean my liver, clean my kidneys, maybe remove some plaque out of my arteries, I'm all for it to help me keep going. But besides that, stop playing with me. I don't do anything like this, guys. I would never play with it. I would never, ever play with anybody like that in this sport. So don't confuse me with those guys. Now that that's done, I'm done talking about that. Because last thing, I got 6 months. The lowest suspension USADA could give me. Because why? First of all, they haven't even showed scientifically that it could diminish your blah, 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 or give you this or give you that. They haven't proven that scientifically. I was open. Hey, this is what I do. This is what I got. Hey, that right there? I didn't even know that was banned substance. Oh, fuck, I fucked up. All right, I'll take my hits, okay? I'll take it on it. I did it. I fucked up, guys. It's on me. But besides that, I'm an open book, okay? I opened up my cabinet and show you exactly what I do. I don't have no lies. So now, anything else?
So I was going to say, first of all, I believe it was a mistake. I don't believe you're a cheater because I remember you saying how little you viewed those guys who do cheat before this whole thing happened. But I'm curious, when they phoned you to say, hey, this has happened, what sort of mindfuck is that for you to get that phone call?
Bro, it was a week before my fight. I broke down crying. You know how hard I worked? To get to this one point? To get to this one point where a black man like me, all I wanted in life was to have a home that nobody could take from me. I've been in foster care all my life, okay? Since I was a little boy, I never had no mom, no dad, nobody to come back and save me, nobody to come get me. No, it was me, and I had to go do this with my talent. I started wrestling as a little kid. I didn't even know what wrestling was. I thought it was WWE. I started at 14. When guys started at 7, 8, 6, still was a great wrestler, okay? I did the fighting thing. I built these things on my own, okay? Nobody came and gave me $1. I had to build this on my own. I would never cheat anybody. So, keep going.
So I'm saying, what was it like when they phoned you to tell you that?
It was heartbreaking, bro. It was fucked up, okay? But again, who can you blame but yourself, kid? You didn't do enough research, and that's what everybody tells me. You're an idiot, I got guys call me a cheater like fucking Kevin Holland, I'm a cheater, I'm a blah, blah, blah. What? Kevin, I'm you 10 years from now. Listen, I was gone for 6 months, okay? What's the average of fighter fights? 2, maybe 3? This is going to be my 3rd fight of the year. I was gone 6 months. Stupid. Stop playing with me. I can do this all day with you guys. And I'm 13, 14 years in the game. Let me see you be this consistent. 12, 13 years down the line. You done been through generation after generation doing this. I done fought the who's who. Fizef, that guy. In them, bring them. I take them all. Short notice, hey, this, I'll do it. Cool. I'm the company guy. I've done that every time to put this company forward. I sweat my blood, tears, and everything to do this sport. So the fact that anybody would try to challenge what I've done or what, no, I've proven it too many times. All my fights have been under 30 days. How could I do drugs? It doesn't make sense.
Now it's behind you, or at least it's over. How relieving is it to be able to be here today and be like, fuck, I'm finally fighting this weekend, I'm back?
Some people were saying I was cut. I got dropped from the roster. Surprise, I'm still here. I ain't going nowhere unless I choose to go. So at the end of the day, it don't matter how it feels or all those feelings. I'm a man. I don't got no choice about how it feels. I got work to do, okay? And that's all I focus on, the work. I'll let y'all do the talking, and I'll do the fighting. That's it. Go ahead and talk about this and talk about that, blah, blah, blah. Cool. I'll do the fighting. Let my fighting speak. And since day one, since I got in this sport, the first fight, Dana White said, if you want to get in the UFC, you got to fight like Bobby Green. Look it up. And ever since then, I've been keeping that same energy year after year after year. And ain't nothing going to change but the day. You can go in there and you can bet that I'm going to do the same things I've been doing. Right now, I'm the number one, not number two, not number three. Number one guy for hitting these guys. Number one for landing. That means that when you fight me, you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit a lot. Okay? And I'm going to extend that record and so nobody gets close to me. Wait till I'm done.
I just was curious, what was the most difficult part of that 6 months? Was it not being able to fight? Was it people, talking bad about you? Was it the uncertainty? What was it that was the hardest?
I think it was like having to tell my son that he couldn't come to the fight. This is the first time I invited one of my sons, my oldest. Like, okay, you're old enough now, you're 14. I want you to come and be a part of this. I'm going to bring him around in my corner, and I wanted them to be more. And it turned out he couldn't be in the corner until he's 18. So, all right, well, you're going to take a seat in the back. But I wanted him to be more a part of this. Hey, this is what your daddy does, So I think that was the most heartbreaking part, was to tell your kid, like, hey, you're not going to be able to go to this fight. I know I had you, and we were planning this, but your daddy got popped for drugs. And they're like, what? Wait a minute, let me explain this to him. Like, I don't do drugs, kid. I know, Pop. It's just something happened. So I think that was the hardest part, to tell all my friends and family. Every time I got on the phone, I just broke down and cried, because they spent so much of their hard-earned money and the tickets and the planes and the blah, blah, blah. I just broke down every time, I failed you. I failed the public. I failed my fans. So that was the biggest part for me, was the failure of, especially after doing the Islam thing. Everybody thinks about your last fight. Whatever you did the last fight, that's what they think of you as. So I have to go wash the taste out of this mouth that was on 10 days notice. I just still had sore knuckles and shins from my last fight that went the whole distance, and I punched the shit out of that guy. Now you guys want me to jump in here 10 days later after being on vacation, smoking my ass off, and now you're like, hey, jump back down the weight and do this again. Fuck it, I'll do it. The company needs it, I'll do it. Cool. But I'm not going to leave that taste in there. So I'm thinking now, I get to show you who I really am. That Islam fight was that. And here I am again with another, So sometimes it's my luck, I guess, I got 2 fuck yous.
Do you feel like this makes you more dangerous to go in now that you've got a little bit of something to prove more than just a fight?
More dangerous? I don't know about that, sweetie. I don't know how to, I don't know about, y'all keep asking me about these feelings. Listen, I'm a broke kid that came from nowhere, okay? No mom, no dad, we don't get to address your feelings. Everybody's like, how did you do that? I never had no time to think about my feelings. I don't know how to feel. Yeah, I could say, oh yeah, I cried, yeah, and that was part of a feeling. I don't really have time to think about the feelings. I went right back to work and figured out, hey, I'm going to make some money now that I didn't get this fight. Those are more of my worries. How am I going to support my kids? I'm going to do these things more so than worry about my feelings. I got work to do.
And I guess then putting feelings aside, what kind of fight are you predicting this weekend?
This fight I'm predicting with Drew, I'm expecting to school him, Great guy, okay? Great guy. And I have nothing against Drew. But he's about to get schooled. I'm sorry. I just see some things in there that Oh, you move like that, you do that. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Now check this out. I'm gonna do this, You ain't learned this part yet. Oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm finna show him some shit he ain't never seen. That's the cool thing about me is like, when I fought Clay, I was like, man, I'm gonna show him something he's never seen. He's fought everybody. Let me show him something he's never got to see. I'm gonna do the same with Drew.
Thank you.
Hey, Bobby. Is the fight with Jim Miller just cursed? You were supposed to fight him in 2014, last year, this year. Like, is it cursed?
I blew my knee out one time getting ready to fight him. I passed out after making weight getting ready to fight him. And now the last one has this. It's like, I'm like, does God protecting this guy? Does God not want me to touch him? Is this guy blessed? I'm so afraid of Drew. I'm so afraid of him, Jim. I'm so afraid of him. Like, God don't want me to touch you for some reason. I'm scared to fight that guy now. Like, and I'm thinking about maybe in UFC 300, we'll do it. But I'm so scared that I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little nervous,
For sure. And then today is actually the 9-year anniversary to the day of your win over Pat Healy, which was another short notice fight. I just want to know if there was anything leading up to that fight you could share.
Man, I was hanging out with Nate Diaz right before his last fight, and we were talking, and somebody get brought up. Oh, Clay Guida. Oh, I beat that guy on like 3 weeks' notice. Oh, yeah, Josh Thompson, they brought up Thompson. I'm like, oh, yeah, I beat that guy on like 2 weeks' notice. They're like, what? And then I'm like, they brought up Alaquinto. I was like, yeah, I knocked that guy out, like, what? Like, they didn't know. I'm like, and then Nate told me this. Every time I get to chill with Nate, I soak up every minute around him. He always says some really dope-ass diamonds he drops for me, And he's like, tell your story. Nobody will know. If you don't tell your story, no one will know. They're gonna tell it for you, And they're gonna say, oh, you're a journeyman. Oh, you're a gatekeeper. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. No, tell your story. My story is I've been stepping up here and doing the same thing consistently, giving fights a night. I done won so many fights of the nights and blah, blah, blahs because this is what I do, guys. I don't know how somebody called me boring. It's like, what? Stop.
And then you said, like, most of your fights have been on super short notice, but your last one with Islam was super short notice. Like, how difficult was that getting the weight down? Like, what was the mindset? Was it just like, fuck it, I'm going in no matter what? Like,
I think the hardest part about that sure was like the media. Not only I got to focus for my fight and I got to get this certain time in. The media keeps trying to film and, hey, can you stop and can you talk about this? Can you do this? And can we get you to do this and do it? Bro, I got to train for this fight and I'm trying to get this stuff crammed in. I spent more media time with these guys following me around and blah, blah, blah. I think that was the issue that I had to realize for the bigger guys. Oh, okay. It comes with a lot of media and you need to be ready for that part.
I mean, this might be dumb, but he got a title shot off of beating you. So, I mean,
everybody gets a title shot off of beating me. Everybody does. Fizeps is up next for a title shot. I'm like, what? These guys, everybody. I guess I'm that guy. I'm that guy.
Were you, I guess, impressed with his win over Charles Oliveira?
Oh yeah. He does his thing. Gosh, I don't know if I should do this.
Do it.
But I'm so real. I'm the realist, okay? I was fucking around on my YouTube, right? And I found this little video, and it said Islam had a little trouble with drugs. But I don't see people talking about him. And so he was saying when he first came over that his school that he trained at in Russia, they just gave him vitamins, They've been doing this since who knows when you start training. Imagine if you gave someone steroids from the age of 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, how strong you would be. People were like he was really strong. It makes sense now. There's 2 people that I moved around with. I'm not going to say their names, but I was like, that's interesting. I moved with thousands of guys. That was interesting. I told my coach the same thing. There was something interesting about Islam, and I felt it. I'm like, it's just not human. It makes sense. If I could do drugs, because our countries are different. Russia's been banned for the Olympics, Their country's a little bit more okay with the drug use. We're under strenuous drug stuff over here. There it's a little bit different. They're behind their fighters. They want them to be stronger. They want them to be more manly. Over here we don't. And it's just what it is. But imagine if I could do that. I would kill everybody, you know? And so it makes sense to me. Now I wonder why those Dagestanians were winning so much. They've been bred to do this. That's why I could train a 9-year-old against a bear. We've been doing this stuff since kids. They've been bred to be better than us. I'm sorry. So they're gonna win. It's just what it is. We're a little too pussyfied over here. You know, we can't do that. You can't do that. Those other countries are trying to do it. And that's why they're having so much more success.
Hey, did you enjoy seeing Sean Strickland just now? It looked like you did.
Where? He here? He's here? Where? Sean Strickland. I thought you said Sean O'Malley. I thought you said Sean O'Malley. I was going to say, nah. Sean's my boy. Me and Sean grew up as kids together. You know, we trained together. I was a 55er. He was an 85er. And I used to have to go train with this kid. Fucking crazy. You see the videos he puts out punching guys like that? He tried to do that to me too. Not me. I used to beat that kid up, you know? I gave him a concussion. He gave me a concussion. We used to go to war together, you know? So I'm really happy for his success. I always fuck with him. I pick with him whenever I can. I'm just a little guy in the crew. Like, all the big homies, they were all bigger than me. I was the only 55er. I had Lorenz Larkin. I had Sean Strickland. I had another guy named Johnny Bravo. These guys are all 205ers, 185ers. I was the little guy in the crew, but I used to beat up on these guys, and they beat back up on me, and I still had to compete with them. They're all bigger than me. So I'll pick at them. I'll fuck with them every once in a while.
Strickland told us that he thinks you're crazy. So what's it like to be the one who Strickland...
He realized I'm crazier than him.
Yeah.
And he realized I'm crazier than him. I didn't prove it. As a matter of fact, he stole my style. Oh, you know all that mouth? You know all that mouth that he does that y'all talk about? We used to do that in the gym. And he got so pissed off at me because I was doing that mouth. And now I'm like, bro, you took my swag. You took my style. You used to be mad. He used to try to kill me in the gym. We didn't got in fights because your mouth, you know? And I'm not even saying nothing like disrespectful. I'm just like, oh, nope, you missed. Yeah, you know? And he don't like that. Now look at this guy. He's stealing my swag.
Well, he came out here and roasted us all for about half an hour. So have we got you to blame for that?
Oh, yeah? Sean is a fucking character, bro. There's nobody like that guy. Man, he was my arch nemesis for a second when we were first coming up. And then finally I just understood he's just who he is, and you got to understand his character, and that's it, you know? But he's a good dude.
With the holidays coming up, what's the best and worst things about Christmas for you?
I haven't done no Christmas shopping. My kids are looking at me like, what I'm getting for Christmas, Daddy? So I got to go home and do some emergency Christmas shopping. I'm just going to take them to the store and say, get whatever the fuck you want, you know? Get it all, get whatever, you know?
For someone like me, I like to, I eat a lot and drink a lot over Christmas. As an athlete, have you got one pro tip for post-Christmas, weight loss, fitness ambitions?
I don't know if I should say it. But I'm probably I do what I do, brother. I'm going to have a smoke. I'm going to have a smoke. Some guys drink. Some guys do drugs. I smoke weed, I'll go back and think about everything that happened in the fight, sit back and suck it all in, have a smoke, and then come back and maybe do it in February against Dan Hooker.
Why do you still smoke when there's edibles around?
It ain't the same. It ain't the same. First of all, you can OD over edibles, okay? And if I was doing edibles, I'd probably OD because I smoked that much, I smoke any fighter under the table. Anyone. You put them up to the test, I'll smoke you under the table.
What about journalists?
Journalists?
You think you can smoke journalists under the table?
Let's go. Who wants a battle?
I'll give it a go.
Okay. First of all, I don't smoke bongs, pipes, or any of that stuff. You got to smoke a backwood. You know what a backwood is? I smoke only cigars. And they're huge cigars. And I'm going to put at least 3.5 in the fucking blunt. And I'm going to smoke probably 15 of those at least.
Over how much time?
Over. I'll wake up and smoke 2 of them, so I'm already going to beat you there. You're going to be like, I'm good, bro. And then I'm like, oh, man, we're going to go eat. And then I'm saying we got to smoke after we eat. And after that, we got to smoke again before training. Bro, you'll be done after 4. Then you're already going to smoke 15 grams in a matter of hours? I think 2 hours, 3 hours?
If I was training with you, it would be the training that would do me in, not the smoking.
Man.
Are you going to get to have your son here for this fight?
No, sir. This Apex is small. Excuse me. This Apex is small. I just came for business, guys. I didn't invite anybody. I didn't want right now, I felt like I was getting this point where every time I did a show, the crowd was going crazy for me. I was like, what? And the next show I did, it went crazy for me. I'm like, I'm not even from here. They going after my name. What's up? Okay, good. That's dope. So I feel like I was getting this new buzz. I'm feeding off of that. Then you guys put me in the apex with Islam and try to kill me. All right, whatever. Now I'm back in the apex again where I can't get that buzz again. It is what it is. I came for business. I'm going to go out there. I'm not even going to do my jump in the cage or none of that. It's business. I came in, business. When we get back to the show, when y'all put me in front of crowds, then I'll do my show.
I was gonna say, I know on the way up, you've always been doing this for yourself to make a better life for yourself and a better life for your family. When did that first moment happen when the crowd, you started hearing that chanting, and what does that do for you now that you got these people that are enamored with your story and your path?
Man, when I hear that crowd, it's like I go into another place, you know? I don't care how I feel. I don't know where I'm going through, how tired I am. If I hear that crowd, I'm going to go fucking nuts. It's just my thing. This is what it is. So I really want to get back to them crowds. I figure I could go take Dan Hooker and his home crowd and win them over, you know?
That'd be a fun one. Well, speaking of that, I mean, looking at this fight, I mean, does this fight immediately either have, in your eyes, the fight of the night candidate, or would you rather this be more of those performance of the night bonus?
When you say that, people think it like, oh, if I said fight of the night versus performance means that I didn't get beat up, you know? And then when you say fight of the night, it says, you guys were standing there rock'em sock'em robot and both of you are beat up, you know? I say it's going to be a bit of both, you know? I come for carnage. I come for to fight. I come to, hey, right in your face, what's up? Let's go, you know? Let's go. You bring your shit, I'll bring my shit, and let's just throw them, you know? But I think that a lot of people you don't realize it is that it's a beautiful dance. It's a beautiful thing that's happening. I'm in control. I know exactly what's happening. I know where the punches are going in these crazy fights, you know? Hey, I get touched. Oh, okay, you got me that one. But the other one was kind of here and the other one was there. You missed, you know? And that's what I'm here for. I'm here to bring that. So when you say fight of the night or performance, it doesn't matter, but I just want to make sure you're clear that I'm not playing. Like, this shit is planned, okay? Every fight that I go in there, I plan to do that. And I plan to make the punch go right over there and right across there while I hit him, you know?
Are you the kind that watches tape when you have you seen fights of him, and do you think he's the type that's going to want to meet you in the middle and just and stand and throw down like you want to do?
I think he will, you know? But I also seen him change his mind once he started getting clipped. He said, hey, I better start shooting too. So I'm expecting both. I came ready for whatever he's going to do. I can also take him down. Guys, I can wrestle. I just choose not to. It's not what the fans want to see. But at any given time, I could take him down. If I wanted to, I'll just shoot in and take him down. I could clinch him. I could run top game and be running the Khabibs, you know. But that's not exactly what you guys want to see. You guys want to see some poetry. And that's what my style is, poetry in motion.
And I guess kind of going off with that, I guess, what are the keys to the victory? What needs to happen to make sure that you get your arm raised at the end of the night?
What's the keys to victory? I can't tell you all that. I got haters watching, you know. I can't tell you the keys to victory. The point is, I'm going to get the victory. That's all I know, you know. I got a lot of things that I couldn't even explain if I told you. Like you wouldn't even understand it because you don't understand fighting to the highest level, you know. And so I could say, it's going to be this with the timing. It's going to be this with that. And you're like, oh, he said something about timing, but do you truly know what I mean, you know, by breaking rhythm? Do I mean by changing this and moving that? And you wouldn't understand. So at the end of the day, I just know I'm going to get that victory.
That's awesome. Best of luck on Saturday.
We good? Oh.